Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me here.
Our pleasure. Well, as I was saying, there is no state where we don't have one challenge or the other. But it would appear that the security one is being taken quite seriously by the governor, because I see that, over the period, intermittently, go back to about 4 or 5 years, which is the extent of your principal's administration. It has been launched, relaunched, and here we are again. So maybe you'd use this opportunity, Doctor, to sort of tell us how far the security enhancing measures have progressed in Bayelsa.
Yeah, okay. I think it's important to mention that a couple of years back, I was on set with you down in Lagos, and I did assure you and Nigerians and listeners across the world that the area has come to renegotiate with the people of the states, or the imperative need for us to continue and to sustain the very peace and tranquil environment that we'll be able to plant on ground. And I did say that when he wins, and he is going to win, not if he wins, it's going to be much more peaceful moments for Bayelsa State.
Yes.
And what we have today on ground is a reflection of exactly what I did mention then. We have a state that is, of course, today the right place for every Ijaw man, all Bayelsans, either in Nigeria or in diaspora. They are proud to say this is our state. The reason being that we understand what is happening in our country today, regrettably so. Virtually every front of this country today is bedeviled with a lot of security challenges, and we understand, though, the federal government and security agencies are doing all they can, but the situation is not abating to the way Nigerians want. But there is a state in this country today called Bayelsa State. Though we are quite a small state in terms of number, but in terms of the peace and tranquility that stands today as the pride of the country is what everyone should be proud of. And indeed, from Mr. President to the citizens of this country, security operators and merchandising experts in crime management and all whatnot, the story is that of a state that has made the right investment in terms of security. What have we been able to do? We realize that here in this country, crime fighting is largely a responsibility of conventional security men. There in Bayelsa State, the people show ownership and responsibility, and not just because of a desire. The governor came in and decided to discuss with the people purely on security. And the decision of the people was very clear. They said, look, if we have peace, then development can be possible. And of course, that is a universal principle, that for you to get it right in security, in development first, you must look at crime fighting. And that's why in Bayelsa State today, we have been able to initiate a community-based security paradigm that is so effective that we are not just saying it politically, but security managers in the state, nationally, from National Security Officers, Security Advisors Office, the President himself, and of course, all security managers in the country allude to the fact that Bayelsa State is getting it right in security, not because the soldiers or police officers are carrying more armor than every other person or any other state. No, it's because the people have come to, one, walk away from crime, number two, believe that the protection of lives and property, the preservation of their lives is first their responsibility before the responsibility of government. And of course, the government has come to show leadership to ensure that everybody, there is an uncommon synergy that is being woven between the people, security agencies, and of course, all of us. It is working, and we can tell you for free that in Bayelsa State, the stories we're hearing from far and near in the country are not the same in Bayelsa State. Here in Bayelsa State, there are the stories of encomiums, people saying this is plausible, security officers giving taps on the chest of the governor, and the governor hitting palms with them and say, look, we are getting it right. The question is, are you listening to this program? Are you a Bayesan who is another part of this country, or you're out of this country? Remember, things are so peaceful in Bayelsa State. It's not business as usual. And that is why today we are also saying the rippling effect is going positively to the national aspect, because the peace in Bayelsa State is rubbing it on the entire Niger Delta, and by far, there is an increase in production of oil, and that is a major source of revenue for this country. Where there is peace in Bayelsa State, there is peace in the Niger Delta, and by implication, the oil revenue is yielding the very base for this country. And Mr. President did say that he's working towards getting 2 million barrels per day or more. It is possible with Bayelsa State if only we sustain it. And ours is not about if. It is going to be sustained because that is what is putting food on the table and making the government to drive critical infrastructure for the prosperity of our people.